When I decided to make films, I realized you needed to have a strong personality and you need to love the cinema. I thought wanting to be a filmmaker was just a question of deciding to do it, and that's what I did. I said to myself, why not? I'm going to make films too.
Suzanne Nkrumah is one of the few African directors who has been able to premiere her work. Mother Courage, her first feature-length film, is a documentary drama based on the true story of a woman suffering from AIDS who is fighting to survive.
I'm very interested in the lives of women and children, and that's why I decided to focus my documentary on women. A courageous woman, a widow who lives with her 3 children, who struggles to educate, clothe, and feed them. At the same time, she's HIV positive and is also fighting to get well, to get the medicine she needs to keep living. The lead actress has AIDS, has children to feed, and despite this, she has to overcome this and struggle to survive. Coincidence or not, this film tells the story of her life. When she read the script, she asked me if I had met her before, or if someone had told me her story before, because everything in the script described what she had gone through. So when she played the role, she was playing herself.
Je suis une personne affectée par le VIH/SIDA. Et si j'ai accepté de jouer ce rôle,
I am a person living with AIDS. If I agreed to play this role, I did so to represent all of the HIV-positive people who, because they are marginalized by society, do not want their face to appear on screen.
Alice? Oui, Sonia, qu'est-ce qui se passe? Peux-tu m'aider avec un peu de ton sel? Qu'est-ce que tu as préparé? Du haricot. J'espère que je serai invitée. Pas de problème. Mais qu'est-ce qui se passe? Et vous là-bas, arrêtez, arrêtez, arrêtez. Vous ne savez que c'est pas bon de se bagarrer. Saïdou, c'est quoi? Hein? C'est quoi? Je t'ai pas dit de ne plus venir ici. Hein? Allez, allons-y.
Burkina Faso, despite being one of the poorest countries on the continent, is at the forefront of film production. It has a film school where Suzanne Nkrumah studied, and a National Center for Cinema, which is in charge of getting co-productions as well as promoting local directors.
It's true that we have good film production in Burkina, but finding the equipment to film is not easy. Today, making a film is very difficult. It's an obstacle course, a real battle.
In spite of the difficulties Suzanne points out, Burkina Faso is an exception within Africa, and its film festival is exceptional. Called FESPACO, it is the most important film festival held on the continent. Thanks to this festival, which takes place every 2 years, the finest African directors, screenwriters, and film composers have made a name for themselves.
My songs usually have a common theme, African women. My music speaks of the strength and courage of these women.
I don't consider myself a feminist, but I am in favor of women's liberation. Since entering the film profession, I believe that a woman can do everything a man can do. I feel that men and women complement each other. There are no bosses in our team. Rather, we all complement each other.
Work on a film under a woman director? Well, I think it's the same as working under a man. There's no difference.
Suzanne is a fighter, and she's a woman who, for a long time, has wanted to make films that serve to raise public awareness, especially with regard to the problems that affect African women. Working as a production manager on a film, as a woman, is very complicated, because in addition to managing the crew on set, you can't forget about your normal domestic activities. I decided to tackle the subject of AIDS because it's a current issue. If we want to raise public awareness, it's essential that everyone contribute in his or her own way. I want to highlight this woman's courage, and I want people to understand that a person should not be marginalized and abandoned by their family simply because they're infected, especially when they have children to care for. I lost my husband and 3 young children to AIDS. I lost the middle child first, then the oldest, and finally the youngest. 7 years old, 3 years old, and a year and a half. Among our people, we say that if a woman says that she is not a mother, it's because she hasn't tried hard enough to be one. As the saying goes, a picture is worth 1,000 words. This picture or image stays in people's memories. When they tell us that someone suffers from AIDS, it immediately puts us on our guard. AIDS is synonymous with death. We have to avoid this idea. We have to educate people so they will stop thinking that being infected is the same as having one foot in the grave. You can't change the world, but you can create a favorable environment in which to live your life.
Live for the government, live for the money, live for the business, live for the business. Live for the government, live for the money, live for the business, live for the business.
Aïe, 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 Carloté. Nila les ciblés, c'est n'ingue qui fait, cause I'm a method man. Fanga fanga para do fa finger phone do fa pala. Come music machine, cause I'm a method man. Cause I'm a method man.
Yo, XL, vex le mic excel, y'a du rhyme d'Estelle, the brand festel, y'a des sounds, y'a fait le bounce. Mixel, y'a walk up, y'a matter, rap, ciao, tedder, uptown, gather, fucked up, dollar, walk up, eyewitness, yeah.
Les hommes se bouffent comme des loups. La situation devient de plus en plus chelou.